May Buddhas, Mahabuddhas, Bodhisattvas, Mahabodhisattvas, all the Arahant, the fully enlightened ones, the grace of fathers and mothers, all the great perfections, the great gurus, great masters, please preside over this forgiveness statement. May all offensive karma that has been done in any period of time, whether to the tangible or intangible beings, or in any realms of existence, with our attached cases of karma that are still obstructed, still having resentment, still having mental difficulties, more or less still resisting, unable to yield, unable to end it, and unable to retrieve causes. With such offenses, hurt and harm in whatever way, may it be declared a forgiveness. For all groups of beings in all realms of existence, may everything be forgiven. Ahosi, ahosi, ahosi. And may all offensive karma through inappropriate physical, verbal, and mental behaviors, even with the means of insight towards the physical world, samsara, towards all beings, ancestors and all graces, towards humans and non-humans, these offenses are not yet asking for forgiveness, whether it is unable to realize it or unable to retrieve it. With all due respect, may all cases be requested for forgiveness. May everything be forgiven. Ahosi, ahosi, ahosi. The karma of conflicts and quarrels among one another, having different opinions and discordant views. The karma is originated in the past and is paid back at present. Let's unlock such a karma altogether. Whether you are the doer or the victim, may it be released. This includes those intangible beings who tend to possess the mind of the karmic involved parties. With individual unyielding resistance, it will be the best instrument for those devils. Unable to see through their tricks is the emotion of the Mara, which uses others' thoughts to kill. Being little acquainted with one's emotions, may all karma be forever ended. Ahosi, ahosi, ahosi. We would like to declare removal and cancellation of all deluded desires and expectations within using body and mind, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, with sound, smells, taste, touches, and shapes, in the way that is beyond itself, in the way that is having nothing to do with attachment, detachment, or non-attachment. We would like to declare removal and cancellation of all deluded desires and expectations within living places, within the lifestyles, purpose of life, concepts, ideas about living the life, opinions and meanings that assumed up without purification of themselves. Doctrines, dogmas, religions, that has assumed up from one's own belief values and being fixated upon and created an illusion, leading and misleading oneself towards competition, conflicts, quarrels, and wars. We would like to declare removal and cancellation of all deluded desires and expectations within our belief values, traditional values, obligations, commitments, and promises, and even the vows that are not beneficial for anyone when it is for the sake of oneself, one's own fellows, one's own people, one's own homeland, one's own nations, even one's own global connections. It is still narrow. We would like to declare removal and cancellation of all deluded desires and expectations and fixation to all types of temporary relationships, which is just a karmic payback towards one another, towards fathers, mothers, husbands and wives, sons and daughters, friends, enemies, relatives, siblings, those kind supporters, ancestors, families, homelands, societies, small and large. The globes, the earth, air, water, and fire, which we have left our karmic difficulties into the earth for endless lifetimes. We would like to declare removal and cancellation of all deluded desires and expectations within all sensual pleasures, all the state of fineness, bliss, contentment, enjoyment, being carried away with all the lightness of the mind, or at the gross level, the heaviness of the mind, resentment, vengeance, revenges, and all the harbor thoughts to get back to someone. Clinging to sound, smell, taste, touches, and shapes until it's misleading oneself towards that illusion. These are the conditioning, and it is assumed within one's own opinions or following others' opinions towards letting go, not letting go, cutting, not cutting, discarding, not discarding, loving, not loving, hatred, peace, restlessness. All these options, whenever one chooses one side, the other side will be also revealed. Therefore, do not begin anything in the mind. Do not choose. The mind likes to have preference, but the preference is itself assumed up by the mind also. And it has been such a pattern and habit to always tend to choose certain state of mind and strive to get there, having a purpose. And even that conditioning has been done and emphasized for so long in the past. Let's open up beyond opening, guiding the mind, the vessel, through the great compassion. Everything is from that which has nothing to do with involvement or non-involvement, relating or not relating. Widen out further and further without focusing with any particular object. Scattering the infinite force into universes, everything, everything, everything. This will dissolve any conditioning of the mind automatically, without trying to cut it, without trying to escape it. Be enlightened that any state of mind cannot be cut off. It had to be simultaneously giving it the infinite force. By using the reminders, all states of mind will be automatically purified. The reminders that purify themselves, such as everything is from not attached to the non-attachment itself, cutting the cutting itself, letting go of the letting go itself, everything, everything, everything. And without striving to clear the mind, such a reminder will open up and clear out all states of mind, all the attempt to dwell within any state of mind naturally dissolved. This is how we help purify samsara's mind of grasping, even grasping for the non-grasping itself. Everything is from that which has nothing to do with grasping or not grasping. Then there will be no conflicts. Automatically, there will be no conflicts within the mind, whether it is within this vessel or externally, because the internal and external merged without separation, without discrimination. Samsara is intensely paying back its karma from the past. And it is more critical through times. So let's support it by the purification through the infinite force only. Other than that, it is not the way. Why is it so? We cannot use the mind to cleanse the mind. It doesn't work. It will only encouraging the usage of the mind. And it will be a circle, circling in its own involvement. But everything is from that which has nothing to do with involving or not involving. Therefore, use the self-purifying reminders only. Then it can help purifying samsara. We cannot solve all the conflicts and problems at the end result, because it's gonna be temporary and it will pop up again. Let's dissolve the origin of all causes through the infinite force, which has nothing to do with having the mind or no mind, having nothing to do with emptying or not emptying. And guiding this vessel through the great compassion, and all causes in the samsara will be removed automatically. There's no need to show up. The support, it can be without traces. Because samsara likes to show up. We do the opposite. Opening beyond opening. Help unwind from the unwinding itself. Relax from relaxation itself. So every moment to moment, it is discarding the discarding itself. That's why it's discarding any state of mind naturally. Naturally, it is not dwelling in itself, not sustaining or maintaining itself. There is no attempt or striving for achievement or attainment, whether it is worldly or spiritually. Widen out, extend the infinite force into samsara. Everything is from that which has nothing to do with putting down or not putting down, involvement or non-involvement, engaging or disengaging. Extend this further and further.